Hello, my name is Tyler Phelps, and I chose to volunteer at the Farwell Church of Christ. I am not a particularly religious person, but I knew some friends who also volunteered at the church, and I just knew it was a good place to be at, that had good people in it. And I know they previously helped me and a friend host an open house, where I feel like it was a very good venue and very good people that went there. The main thing I personally did was help clean the church after service was done. I also helped set up occasionally, but it wasn't mainly for that. It mostly consisted of cleaning up the trash throughout the various buildings, taking old trash bags and putting in new ones. I also involved vacuuming throughout the building. It would normally take 2 to 3 hours depending on, but um It it was a good time. It wasn't too hard, and the people I worked with were really nice. Um, there is definitely a lack of volunteers. The person I mainly talked with, their name was Rayanne McNinch. They were the main volunteer person. So I feel like I kind of got the word out to some of the people that are in the community about how this. There are a lot of churches in Farwell for as small of a village as it is. I believe counting there's about 3 or 4 churches for a city that's only 800 or 900 people big. So I think it's important to know that when going to church, you are making and taking an action, as there are a lot of churches that you could also go to as part of it. And yeah, I felt like I demonstrated civic engagement beyond giving charity by both getting the word out about the church a little bit, as well as making sure that waste was minimized. There was a lot of on a couple of occasions people leaving drinks open or leaving like they're putting coffee into the garbage bin was admittedly not something you're supposed to do, for as it can lead to leaks and that can mess up the carpet and things like that. I think I reduced some of the waste that happened in there. I don't know how big of a part is yet because I will not be able to see the fruits of the labor for that, but I hope my words reached people and helped throughout that community. Uh, this is this is me, and this is Rand McNips. Um, I feel like I learned how kind of hard it is to clean up for a building. Like it wasn't very hard work, but it did take time, and I also just learned kind of the positives of being a volunteer. I haven't volunteered for many things besides like things that are to pursue my own interest, but it was definitely quite an experience volunteering for more noble purpose, for more of a community purpose. What was the best thing about your experience? I personally found bit of a silly answer, but I enjoyed when the work was done. Being able to see how I entered and how I left the building was, I think, one of the greater experiences. Also, just being able to help someone, because typically Rand would volunteer alone. Help her shave some time off and what she needed to do was a nice effort. How might this experience or other service learning experiences that you engage with in the future be a benefit to the office you work in? Or how you might utilize service learning once you are employed in an office? Um, I think one way I could see is trying to reach out to people about, like, hey, this is an area where you can volunteer in, and volunteering is more than just what you're doing. It can be more of an action than just, hey, you're helping clean up this area or whatever. It's more of you're building up the community, even if it is a small community, and kind of going on about what you actually learned from it. Because I kind of learned how actually big a church is, because and how long it would take, particularly with her being a single person for that. Um, I wasn't able to get an actual printed out version of this, so this is a signed saying, hey, I approve both of these. this is about 11 or 10 hours, and this is something that she personally also agreed with. This is her signature. This has been Tyler Phelps, and this has been my service learning project throughout the semester. I hope everyone has a great winter break. This has been Tyler Phelps. Goodbye to everyone, and have a good winter break.